Okay, basically what we are going to do, guys, is to work with this term, which is algebraic expressions. You can find more information in page 13 on your book. And I was saying, so far we have been working only with the numbers, 2/3, minus 3/7, etc. Fractions, adding, multiplying. Yeah. But now, guys, we are going to get into something a little bit deeper, which is algebraic expressions. And what is that, guys? First of all, I want to define something, and I have a couple of definitions here, and I want you to help me with this. Can someone help me and define what is a variable in mathematics? Can someone help me out reading this?
I, Mr.
Variable. Go ahead.
Can I read? A variable is a letter used to represent on a specific number or value.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. A variable is just a letter that is used to represent an unspecified number or value, something that we don't know. Okay, what is a variable then, guys? In mathematics, then, let's see a couple of examples. This is what we're going to be looking. Take a look. We're going to be looking something like x, y, z. We can use all these letters, guys. Okay, maybe this number is not the seeable. You can use the letter a, b, c. That is a variable in mathematics. What is a variable? Variable is just a letter which represents a
The
number.
number.
Correct. That is a variable, just the letter. That is a variable. Let's go to an algebraic expressions. What is an algebraic expression? Can someone read it? Samantha?
An
Yeah,
algebraic
Mr.
Go ahead.
is an expression that contains at least one variable.
Okay, an algebraic expression, guys, is one expression that contains at least one variable. I will give you an example. An algebraic expression is something like this: x squared plus 2x. Why this is an algebraic expression? Because this contains at least one variable. In this case, I have two variables. I have x squared, which the variables, guys, we said are the letters. I have this variable x squared, and I have this variable x. This is an algebraic expression. It's just an expression that contains more than one variable. Just like that. Another example, mister? No problem. Let's give another example. You can have something like a plus 5. Is this an algebraic expression, guys? The only condition is that you have to get at least one variable. Do I have at least one variable in this
Yes.
expression, guys?
Yes,
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Correct. Okay, let's move on then. All right. Then let's take a look at different concept, which is a term. What a term is. Can someone help us out in reading this?
Aye. A term of an expression is a number, a variable, or a product or a quotient of numbers and variables.
What is that? That's a little bit tricky. What is a term, guys? A term is just an expression of an expression is a number, a variable, or product of quotient. What is this? We'll give you an example better. A term, guys, is just one single. It's like when you divide the pieces, and that is an expression like this. Let's focus on this. Take a look at this. X squared plus 2x. What is a term, guys? A term is this one. This is one term, and this is another term. How many terms do we have in this expression?
Two, Mr.
Two terms. That is a term, guys. When you have the number and the variable included, just that is a term. Let's take a look at that. At this another one, okay? This one. How many terms do we have in that expression?
Two.
One
And one, Mr.
and two. Correct. You were right. Two terms. A term, guys, is of an expression is a number, a variable, or a product of a quotient of numbers and variables. It's just that when you separate, then that is a term. Let's go to another concept, which is a variable term, guys. This is a term that contains a variable. I will explain this later on. And this one, which is something really important, constant term. Can someone help me out and reading this, please? The last one. Samantha.
Can I read it, Mr.?
Go ahead, read it.
Okay. A constant term is a term that does not contain a variable.
It's a term that does not contain a variable. Oh, guys, this means that a constant term is just when you have a number. It doesn't have a variable. Can someone give me an example which one of these is a constant term? X squared, 2x, a, and 5.
Number 5.
The number 5, correct, because it doesn't have variable, guys. This is a constant term because it doesn't have variable. Correct. Another example of a constant term, guys, is just the numbers. When you have 3, for example, x plus 3, which is the constant term in this case?
3.
The
3.
3, correct, the 3. And which one do you think, guys, is the variable term? The variable term is a term that contains a variable. Which one of
X.
these is the
Eh,
correct, the x, correct. The x is the variable term. This is basic information, guys. Let's recap. A variable is just the letter that we use in mathematics. That is called a variable. An algebraic expression, guys, is that when you have different expressions like this, different terms, x squared plus 2x, that is an expression, algebraic expression. A term is just one by one. Okay, this is one term, this is another term, term. What is a variable term? The one that has a variable, like x squared, 2x, a. What is a constant term? The one that doesn't have a variable, just the numbers alone, that are called constant term. This is basically what I wanted to share with you.
Mister, I don't feel.
Okay, this is what we got. Then, guys, what we're gonna do, guys, with all this information, we are going to write a verbal expressions. What is that? Okay, there are common verbal phrases associated with operations. These phrases can be used to interpret an algebraic expression. What does this mean, guys? This is what we're gonna do to have a look. Can someone help me? This is not a grammar class, but can someone help me? Mm, I love apples. Okay, can someone help me? And this is in what language this is in? What language this is in?
English.
English,
English.
of course, right? But what if you want to, not all the people speak English, guys. For instance, my parents does not speak English. What if I want to say this to them, but they don't speak English? It doesn't make sense that I told them, Mom, I love apples. What is that? She's gonna say. Then, guys, you will have to translate this to them. They speak Spanish. How would you do that, guys? How do you say this in Spanish? Let's translate it one by one.
Yo
Yo
Yo, thank you.
amo
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 las
Las
manzanas.
manzanas.
las
manzanas.
manzanas. Okay, amo las manzanas. Okay, las manzanas. We can say las manzanas. It means, what is that about? Okay, you just translate this from English to Spanish. Okay, guys, you're really good at that. Okay, let's see if you, because not all the people, guys, understand mathematics vocabulary. Because I guess if you ask your mom, Mom, do you know what is a constant term? Do you know what is a verbal term? What is that? She's gonna ask you. Okay, then, guys, let's suppose that you want to explain your mom this. How would you do that, guys? Then you will have to translate this into a verbal expression. And how can you do that, guys? We're gonna learn these key words. In mathematics, we said
Have to
addition, right?
copy that, mister.
Correct. On your notebook, yeah, just basically this table, because that's the most important thing. Addition, guys, when you are adding, you can say more than, instead of saying addition, you can say more than, you can say some, you can say plus, you can say increased by, added to. All of these, guys, means what?
Addition.
Addition. Okay, all of these, guys, means addition. More than, some, plus, increased by, added to. That are the keywords that we have to know when we are, because we are going to translate, guys. That's why I need you to learn these keywords. Okay, subtraction, Subtraction, guys. How can we translate subtraction, guys, into an English word? Because this is the mathematic words, and we are translating that into an English word. How can you say subtraction in mathematics? Help me. We can use this word. Less than.
Then
Mhm,
subtract from, difference, decrease by, add to.
mhm. And minus. This is the subtraction now. You can say less than, subtracted from, sustraído de, difference. When we say difference, guys, that means subtraction. Take a look. Subtraction is the same as difference. When we say subtraction is equals to decrease, decrecido. I don't know if that's what we say in Spanish. Decrease by and minus. Okay, subtraction is like say minus. Okay, less than, subtracted from, difference, decreased by, minus. What about multiplication? How do we say multiplication, guys, in other words?
Product of,
Mhm.
multiply by, times.
Okay, we have three new words. Instead of saying multiplication, you can say the product of, el producto de, which means multiplication, multiplied by, of course, that is multiplication, times, which is the most used way to say multiplication. And the last one, division. How do we say division? We only have two ways to say that.
Quotient,
Mhm.
quotient of, and divide by.
Correct. Division is quotient of, el cociente de, divided by. That's the only two ways that I know that we can use to division. Okay, again, guys, just keep this on mind. Okay, you don't have to know all of this by heart, but keep in mind that we're gonna need this table to translate something. Mister, and what we're gonna do then, okay, let's get down to work. You're gonna find these, guys. I don't remember what page is this, but just look, let me tell you, I just got the book right here. In page 19, guys.
Sir,
Mhm.
question. You're gonna
Sorry, I couldn't get it. Can you repeat it?
if you're gonna leave or get homework. I don't know.
Yes, we're gonna have an assignment for this week, guys, but I haven't done it yet. Don't worry. This is gonna be, by the way, part of your homework. Okay, on your book, guys, you can work on this. We are, guys, going to translate exactly like the example that I gave to you. Translate "I love apples" into Spanish. Now you are going to translate this from English into a verbal expression. Okay, write an algebraic expression for each verbal expression. I mean, this is in English. Now I need you to translate this into mathematical expression, an algebraic expression. Algebraic expression, guys, is exactly what I explained. Something with a variable and etc. Let's focus on this. Let's zoom in. How would you translate, guys, x more than 7? X more. What more means, guys? Addition,
Um,
subtraction,
uh,
division.
more, multiplication,
More. Let's say I
add,
have two fingers, more two fingers.
addition.
Ah, correct. More means, let's get back to the table. Let's see if I got it here. Let's see if I got it here. More, look, more than is addition. Okay, no problem. Okay, more means addition. Then, guys, what we're gonna do is really simple. I'm going to say x more than 7. Okay, plus 7. And I just translate it. X more than 7 is x plus 7. That is the algebraic expression associated to this verbal expression. Just like that, Mr. Yes. Let's go to the next example. We have the number 3, which is a number less 35. How would you translate that to mom in mathematics?
Minus.
Okay, a, the variable a. Okay, that is supposed to be a. It's not a 9. A minus, because it says
Minus
number less
35.
35. Correct. Okay, 35. Just like that. Yes, just like that. Let's get to the next one. We have 5 times a number.
We have to put 5
Uh-huh.
multiplication times any variable because
Correct.
it's not a specific number.
Correct. 5 times. Okay, 5 times. I can say at a point. Okay, 5 times a number. Okay, I can use the variable a, 5a, because we don't know what the number is. Remember that the variables represent a number, an undefined number. 5 times 8, 5 times a number, just like that. Excellent. Let's give it a try with this one, guys. 1/3 of a number. 1/3 of a number.
One,
Mister,
I
I will
think
get in
it's one
with
over three and
consideration.
variable.
Correct. Sorry, someone said something. 1/3, which is 1/3 of a number. What is the number, guys? We can use whatever variable. In this case, let's use the a, okay, of a number. Okay, let's say 1/3 of a. And that is the answer, 1/3 of a. Just like that. Okay, let's